Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to start plantain chips business in Nigeria. Plantain chips is a highly profitable business. It is a popular snack in Nigeria. It is loved by both children and adults. Plantain chips can be sold in the school, it can be sold in the supermarket, it can be sold in during traffic, it can also be sold in the shop. So plantain chip business is highly profitable. It is a snack that is loved by everyone. Starting a plantain chip business in Nigeria is very easy. You don't need to rent a shop. You don't need to buy most expensive equipment for your plantain chips business. If you have the basic equipment to produce plantain chips, you can start plantain chips business from the comfort of your home. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through a step-by-step guide on how you can start a profitable plantain chips business. Number one to starting a profitable plantain chips business is you need to know how to make plantain chips. It is very important before going into plantain chips business that you know how to make crunchy and tasty plantain chips. And to know how to make crunchy and tasty plantain chips is you can learn from YouTube, you can self-learn, or you can decide to learn from a vendor, from an existing vendor. This is how you can learn how to make tasty and crunchy plantain chips. It is very important that you learn from a vendor, from an existing vendor. The reason why I will advise you to learn from an existing vendor is because it will save you the time of trial and error. Instead of you doing trial and error, try and watch videos, come and try it out, and you make mistakes and you go back again and you watch. In that way, you're wasting your resources, you're wasting time and wasting money. But if you just want to go into plantain chip production business and you want to learn everything that has to do with plantain chips business, it is very important that you learn from an existing vendor. Because when you learn from an existing vendor, you're not just only going to be learning how to make plantain chips, you're also going to be learning how to sell. You're going to be learning how to market your plantain chips. You're going to be learning how to pitch your business to supermarkets, to shops, and so on. So you're going to be learning a whole lot if you're learning from an existing vendor that has done this business for like years. Those are the vendors that I recommend you to learn from, because when you're learning from those people, they are not just only going to be teaching you how to make plantain chips. They are going to teach you how to make different types of plantain chips, how to make different types of the flavors, and they're also going to be teaching you how to sell. And the most important part is how to sell, because you're new in this business, you've not done it before in your life. You've seen people doing it, but you've not done it before. But if you want to be at the top of your game, learn from an existing vendor. You're not just only going to learn about plantain chips and how to sell, you're also going to be leveraging on their experiences, the experiences that they've gotten for like years doing this particular business. You're going to gain everything in that one training. So it is very important that you learn from an existing vendor if you want to grow very fast in this plantain chips business and you want to start producing in bulk. Learn from an existing vendor. Don't just go and do trial and error thing, because when you're doing trial and error, you're wasting your resources and you're wasting your money and you're also wasting time, which is the most important asset that we have. So if you want to still learn from YouTube and execute, you can learn from YouTube, but I advise you, as has bought online courses and someone that has been trained by other vendors, I would advise you, if you want to skyrocket or you want to grow fast in your business, you have to learn from existing vendors. So let's proceed in this video. The number two way to start a profitable plantain chips business is capital. It is very important before going into any business that you consider your capital, because it is your capital that will determine if you're starting this business in a large scale or you'll be starting this business in a small scale. So if you're starting a plantain chip business, you want to start in a very small scale, you can start with 30 to 50,000 naira. You can start in a very small scale. But if you want to start in a large scale, like you start producing and start distributing to supermarkets, to companies, to shops, supermarkets, and selling in church, just like doing it as a very big business, you have to, the capital rate needed is from 100,000 naira to 200,000 naira to 300,000 and so on. You can start up this business in a very large scale and make lots of money for yourself. Plantain chips business is highly profitable. It is a business that is in high demand day in, day out. People, and a lot of people nowadays, lots of people are looking for plantain chips that is neatly produced and neatly packaged. So that is why you see most people don't buy plantain chips by the roadside. They buy plantain chips that is well packaged, that is produced in a hygienic environment. Those are the type of plantain chips that most people buy. Let's say the high income earners people buy. Those are the type of plantain chips that they buy. So if you want to start up plantain chip business, I would advise you, like I've said earlier, learn from an existing vendor. If you want to start this business in a large scale, like you want to start it big, Learn from an existing vendor. So when you leverage on this knowledge, you're going to grow very fast. So you don't need to like start crawling and start suffering. You grow very fast. So it is very important to buy knowledge. If you say knowledge is expensive, try ignorance. Ignorance is more expensive than knowledge. So I would advise you to buy knowledge and make a lot of money for yourself. The next points to starting a profitable plantain chips business is market research. It is very important that when going into plantain chip business that you go and make research on the type of plantain chips that is in high demand, the people that buy plantain chips the most. Like I said, both children and adults love snacking on plantain chips. Both high income earners and low income earners, they love this snack. They snack on plantain chips. So it is loved by almost everyone. If you want to start up this business, go for market research. Go to the market, research where to buy your plantains, where to buy your plantains in bulk, the best time to buy your plantains in bulk, how to preserve your everything that you need to know about plantain chips business. Go on and research about it. Go on and go for market research and ask questions. That is why I'm also talking about the training, learning from an existing vendor, because when you're learning from an existing vendor, they are also going to be teaching you all these things, the market research aspect of it. They are going to be teaching you where to buy plantain chips, where to buy plantains in bulk. They are going to be telling you how to preserve your plantain after buying it in bulk. Those are the knowledge you're going to be gaining in the training. That is why it is very important to be trained by an existing vendor. Yes, that's why I recommend you getting trained by an existing vendor, because all this knowledge, you're not just going to like do too much again. Everything will be given to you, even contacts will be given to you on the class. So that is what I advise you to do. But if you don't have the money to pay for the class, like I've said earlier, you can learn from YouTube and also go for market research. The next point to starting a profitable plantain chips business is the basic equipment needed for plantain chips production. Number one, you need frying pan. Number two, you need frying spoon. Number three, you need sieve to sieve up the plantain chips after frying it. Number four, you need cooking gas. You need gas, firewood, any means of heat to fry your plantain chips. Those are the things that you need for production. And also you also need plantain slicer. You need plantain slicer for your plantain chip production business. You need plantain slicer. Those are the things that you need for your plantain chips production business. The next step to starting a profitable plantain chips business is basic equipment needed for packaging. Number one equipment you need for package, because after frying the chips, you need to package them neatly so that you can market and sell them, and they also distribute them to supermarket, other places that you can sell your plantain chips. So the basic equipment needed for packaging is plastic rubber, ziploc bag. Those are the things you need for, and scale. You need scale also, so that because you'll be scaling these things to know the weight of them. So you need scale for it. Packaging is very very important when it comes to plantain chips business. You have to package your plantain chips neatly. Package and label it neatly, because if you don't package it and you don't label it neatly, customers are not going to be attracted to buy your plantain chips. So it is very important that you package your plantain chips neatly and label it neatly. The next step to starting a profitable plantain chips business is quality. It is very important that you produce tasty and crunchy plantain chips, because if your plantain chip is not of quality, people are not going to continue patronizing you. But if you produce crunchy and tasty plantain chips, people are going to continuously buy from you, and you're going to continually make sales and make lots of profit from your plantain chips business. The next step to starting a profitable plantain chip business is where to source for plantain. Where to source for plantain in bulk and in large quantity. If you're starting up a plantain chip business, if you're starting out this plantain chip business in a small scale, you have to locate local markets around you. Go to your local markets and buy plantains from your local markets. Go to your local markets and buy plantains from your local markets. You don't need to go to these places I'm going to be mentioning in this video to buy plantains. But if you're starting in bulk, like you're starting in large scales, you're starting plantain chips business in large scale, you want to start producing for distributors, you want to start producing for companies, for supermarkets, and like produce it in large quantity. You can source your plantain from Ekiti State, you can source from Edo State, and you can source from Ogun State. Those are the states you can source your plantains from, and the rest of the states I'll be listing them on the screen. So these are the places where you can source your plantain from in bulk and in large quantity. The next step to starting a profitable plantain chip business is marketing. You have offline marketing and online marketing. It is very important that you market your plantain chips online and offline. You can market your plantain chips on Facebook, WhatsApp, on Facebook and Instagram, and even on TikTok. You can market your plantain chips on TikTok. How do you market this product on TikTok? You can put out the behind the scene videos, because when you put out behind the scene videos of how you're making your plantain chips, you're going to attract potential customers to yourself, and people will start loving the way you do your things, and before you know, you start getting customers to patronize you. And you can also put out the videos of the finished product, and you can also take proper quality photographs of your plantain chips and put them out there. After packaging it, put them out on your page, and you're going to get attract customers to your business, and they are going to come and buy from you. You're starting up plantain chip business, I would advise you to talk about it in the church, talk about it in the school, talk about it anywhere you see people, and that you can pitch to them. Talk about your business, and you're going to keep gaining visibility and going to gain more customers. And another thing I would advise you to do is, if you have friends that are on social media platforms, you can talk to them to help you also advertise in their page, because when they also help you advertise in their page, you're going to get customers for your business. That is how to market and sell your products online and get customers and gain visibility. And I advise you to create content calendar for your plantain chips business, because it will keep you posting consistently. The next step to starting a profitable plantain chip business is means of payment, because after putting out all your content online and you're getting customers to place orders for your plantain chips business, you have to have means of receiving payment from your customers. I will advise you to create a separate account for your business, for your plantain chips business, where you're receiving payments specifically for your plantain chips business. Do not combine your personal account with your business account, because if you do, you're going to end up lavishing the money, and you're not going to reinvest into the business, which will make the business to suffer and crumble. So you don't want that to happen to your business. So all you have to do is, you have to make sure that you create a separate account for your business where you're going to be receiving payment. The next point to starting a profitable plantain chips business is means of delivery. It is very important, because after getting all these orders from the online space, from the offline space, you're going to deliver to them. So how do you deliver to them? You have to register with a logistic company that is legit. When I say legit, I mean legit. You have to register with a logistic company that is very legit, that they deliver very fast. So when you register with a logistic company, and not one, you can register with one or two. That is the way that you can deliver to your customer. And when delivering, you have to package the orders properly, package them, wrap them properly, so that they are not going to spill, going to scatter. Just ensure that you wrap them properly. So you have to be patient, you have to be disciplined, and you have to be consistent. If you got value from this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.